Good day to all. Welcome to Password English Live. This is Khan Mehdi Hassan from Bangladesh with you once again. In today's lesson, I'm going to discuss the beautiful poem I Died for Beauty, which is written by Emily Dickinson. So I will discuss and analyze each and every line of this poem. So before analyzing each and every line, I would like to say something about this poem so that you can understand it very easily. So here, the poetess seemed to be dead for beauty, and she was buried in the same tomb where another one was buried who died for truth. They were talking about the reasons of their death. They said that they were brethren because beauty and truth are same. However, they were kinsmen and kept talking until moss covered their lips and names. Really, they gave an impression of aesthetics in this poem. Actually, the image of two dead men talking between their graves is a disturbing one, but in a way, it is comforting too because it makes for a slow adjustment to death. So let's discuss the poem from the beginning. I died for beauty, but was scarce. At just in the tomb, when one who died for truth was slain in an adjoining room. So here, scarce means hardly or barely. I died for beauty, but was scarce at just in the tomb, when one who died for truth was slain in an adjoining room. Here, the poetess mentions that she died for beauty, but she could hardly adjust to her tomb. In her adjacent tomb, a man lay who died for truth. He was laid in the tomb next to her. So, from the first stanza of this poem, we can understand that in the very first stanza, the poetess seemed to be dead for beauty, and she was buried in the same tomb where another was buried who died for truth. He questioned softly why I failed. For beauty, I replied, and I for truth. The two are one. We brethren are, he said. So here, when the two talked softly to each other and asked why they died, so why they failed, that means why they died, the poet replied that she died for beauty. The man laid next to her declared that he died for truth. Then he said that both truth and beauty are same. That's why the poet and the man were brothers. Actually, in the second stanza, they were talking about the reasons of their death. And so, as kinsmen met a night, we talked between the room until the moss had reached our lips and covered up our names. So, this is the last stanza of this poem. As the speaker and the man were brothers for their same ideology, the two shared close kinship and mutual understanding. So they respected each other. They felt a connection and talked until they were completely decomposed. Actually, men's all desires end in death. So if we talk about this last two stanza, in the last two stanzas of the poem, the speaker says that they met a night as kinsmen and talked between their rooms until the moss reached Their leaves uncovered are the names of their tombstones. The last two stanzas depict an optimism about afterlife. Probably, it would be nice to have a like-minded friend. In the afterlife, two dead people find connection between them and they talk until they are completely decomposed. Though they lived very different lives, both striving for different goals in the afterlife, they are the same. Their deaths of novel causes make them spiritually akin. By this way, Dickinson's poem expresses an optimism for the afterlife. So, we can say that I died for beauty is ultimately comforting. Let's talk about the theme of this beautiful poem. The themes of the poem are beauty and truth. Truth and beauty are represented here in the poem as the two important elements of our life. They are interrelated. One is meaningless without the others. Originate from the same source. The two are meant to supplement each other. In fact, they are the same thing because what is truth is also beauty. The script has been taken from different books like novels and Panjuri. And that's all for today. Thank you very much.